there, and welcome to Alpha Gal Home Cook. I'm DJ, and on this channel I share delicious foods, snacks, and recipes that are Alpha Gal free and won't break the bank. Today I'll be taking you on a tour through Aldi and Walmart. If you didn't see part 2, you may want to go back and look at that. In that video, we took a tour of an average size chain grocery store. I did a thorough review of quick and easy Alpha Gal free grab-and-go or quick prep foods that for the most part require little or no refrigeration or food prep. In this video, I'll touch on a couple of repeats, but I'm going to focus primarily on things you may or may not be able to find in your average grocery store, but are more likely able to find at Aldi or Walmart. So let's get started. Even though I showed you that there are some cleaner options for guacamole, salsa, and pico de gallo in the produce section at the regular grocery store, I wanted to share these with you as well because I found that the ingredients were also pretty fresh and clean, and the product just looks really nice. I especially thought that their chunky salsa and their pico de gallo looked amazing. Look how fresh and bright their pico de gallo looks compared to what we saw in the grocery store produce section. There are no additives listed. I wasn't much of an Aldi shopper before, but that all changed when I found these. They had a classic turkey and a honey roasted turkey that have very clean ingredients, no carrageenan. The only thing they contain that some people might need to be aware of is sugar. And the price is reasonable. Look at that, less than $3. As hard as it is to find sliced deli turkey without carrageenan in it, I was surprised to find that Aldi not only had those two, but they also had one with no carrageenan and no sugar. The price was also reasonable. It was under $6, actually not even $5.50. In that brand, they had both honey roasted and smoked. If you've been looking for sliced turkey and this is safe for you, you may want to run, not walk, to your nearest Aldi. Find packaged fruit cups and applesauce, a plethora of dried fruits, and a wide variety of nuts and seeds at Aldi. Just be sure to read the packages to ensure that they're safe for you because some of them do contain sugar or other ingredients. There were plenty there that looked like they would be very safe for most people. If they contain only fruit and potentially sugar, then they may be safe for you. I went into much more detail about all of these things in part 2, talk about grocery stores and quick easy grab-and-go food. And again, I'll put a link to that video at the end. As I mentioned in the beginning of this video, I really only wanted to touch on a few of the things I previously covered and focus on the things that Aldi carries that you may not be able to find in a regular grocery store. But I do want to point out that some of the items like the guacamole, salsa, and pico de gallo may be superior at Aldi, and they may have a wider selection of things like dried fruits, natural or unprocessed nuts and seeds, which can make things a lot easier. In future episodes, when I shop for regular groceries at these various stores, I know that we are going to find some really great things at Aldi. For now, though, let's stick to quick and easy foods and head into Walmart. I think every Walmart I've ever been in has now a specialty section for chips and snacks. I've heard great things about Hippies. Oh, but look, Terra chips. These are really good, and they contain regular foods: sweet potato, batata, parsnip. These have a sweet and savory vibe that is really good. I haven't really heard much about Harvest Snaps, and I should have taken a second to check them out, but I don't know why I didn't. Hip peas, I've heard good things about those, but can only do chickpeas and pea protein in a very small amount, so I haven't tried these. They do contain rosemary extract. That is totally unrelated to alpha-gal syndrome, but some people may have an issue with that. And just to be clear, any issues with chickpeas or pea protein also have nothing to do with alpha-gal. Another thing that I'd like to point out is that the flavorings, anything that says natural flavor, cane sugar, anything like that, this is a certified vegan product, no alpha-gal. If someone offered me one of these, I would certainly try them. If anyone knows anything about the Harvest Snaps, please comment in the chat. I would really like to know about them. In general, I'm a big fan of the Siete brand. Some of their products are more processed than others, so that makes a difference for me. I'm not a fan of their tortilla chips. To me, they don't taste like tortilla chips at all. And since most tortilla chips are safe for us because they only contain corn, salt, and oils, I just am not going to pay for them. Oop. Those have cheese, so if you're not good with cheese, don't look at those. But I really like these popcorners. They taste like popcorn in a chip, which is amazing to me, and they have very simple ingredients. Look at that list, tiny. So I'm wondering what else is unique in this area. Oh, hang on a second. I think when we came down this aisle, I saw some dried fruit and maybe some nuts. Yeah, let's check this situation out. Oh, look, there's something from Better Goods. Better Goods is a pretty good brand, and they have some fruit snacks. They're listed as gluten-free and vegan, made without preservatives. I'm really curious to see what this is about. Well, it looks like if you don't have a nut allergy, they'd probably be okay for you. They definitely don't contain alpha-gal, so that's a good thing. There's also assortment of raisins and bear fruit, things like that. Dill pickle sunflower seeds, what's this about? Oh, of course, there's all kinds of ingredients that are hidden under natural flavors and other code words for danger. Too bad, but there are plenty of other things for us to choose from. And look, papitas. I used to have such a hard time finding these. These are amazing on salads, oatmeal, all kinds of different things, even just as a snack by themselves. So yummy. There are a lot of other nut options. Just be careful about the ingredients. Again, check out part 2 of this series for more details. Speaking of part 2, we talked about special sections. Check out the gluten-free section. Siete cookies. These are fantastic. And if you check out the ingredients, nothing there contains alpha-gal. These are gluten-free and vegan. I can vouch for the fact that they are delicious. Open a package of these and see if you're not addicted. Okay, so if you've been following along in the series, you know that things like applesauce and some packaged fruits are safe, but gummies often contain gelatin, and at an immediate glance we can't tell where that gelatin comes from, but these caught my eye. They say vegan, potentially a great option for someone with alpha-gal syndrome. Wait a minute, I thought I hit the gluten-free section, but this is it. These multi-grained crackers I have tried and they are pretty good. They cost a fraction of the price of the Simple Mills. But Simple Mills has lots of options that are fantastic, so don't pass them up. The ingredients are so simple. There are a few things here that I haven't ever tried, and I've heard great things about Annie's, but I haven't ever eaten, I don't think, anything from Annie's. But the ingredients do appear to be alpha-gal free. Interesting. Maybe I'll have to try them. One of the things I definitely wanted to talk to you about at Walmart in the gluten-free section was the bread. Canyon Bakehouse has confirmed to me that their bread is vegan other than the eggs that are included in it. They use organic cane sugar. Their Country White, which is what I was looking for here, is my favorite because I can actually make a sandwich without toasted bread from a gluten-free bread, and it tastes amazing. In previous videos, you've heard me talk about Mahatma jasmine rice and the cilantro lime rice. These are fantastic. Minimal ingredients, 90 seconds in the microwave, and they are ready to go. Any meal you want rice with. They are quick and easy. If you're staying in a hotel with a microwave, you've got it made. There are probably others, but these are my go-tos. Now, let's talk about canned and packaged proteins. This one from Valley Fresh has minimal ingredients. But if you take a look at the Tyson chicken in a can, oh my goodness. The list of ingredients is amazing. It has so many things added to it that don't need to be compared to the Valley Fresh that I would leave it on the shelf. In the regular grocery store, we took a look at these packaged protein options. Some of them are okay, and you need to check the ingredients. If they are flavored, there's a high likelihood that they could contain something that you may react to. However, if they're plain, like just pink salmon or just tuna, you're probably going to be okay in assuming that they are alpha-gal free. One thing that I didn't cover in part 2 of this video series was olives and pickles. Some olives contain very minimal ingredients but do contain gums. This particular one does contain gums. But if we take a look at this one, the pimento stuffed from Great Value, you can see that there are no gums. It's very simple ingredients. My favorite of all the olives are these Castelvetrano olives. They have a very mild flavor and they are delicious. No gums. Another thing that you're going to want to watch for if you're looking for pickles is natural flavors, and then you're going to want to pay attention to the sugar if you have issues with non-organic sugar. These Woodstock Bread and butter pickles are my favorite pickles, and they have organic cane sugar. Everything about them is organic, and they do not contain any alpha-gal ingredients. Like the other stores, Walmart also has a section of their produce department that's dedicated to things like fresh salsa, fresher guacamole, things that need to be refrigerated because they don't contain all of the ingredients that are in those that are on the shelves. That's a wrap for Aldi and Walmart, but be sure to go back and watch part 2 of this series on shopping for quick, easy grab-and-go alpha-gal free foods and snacks for a more comprehensive list of items you may be able to find in many of the places that you shop. If you enjoyed this video or found it helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. Join me for the next one.